Welcome back, everybody. Registration is open right now for Austin's More Than Pink Walk, supporting families affected by breast cancer. You're looking at video from last year's event, but in just 2 weeks' time, Susan G. Komen aims to raise nearly $600,000 at this year's walk. That money will help fund life-saving research and the organization's Patient Care Center.
Here to explain what that is and how it helps people who have been diagnosed with breast cancer is Joanna Linden, Executive Director of Susan G. Komen Central Texas. So thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having us. I really appreciate it.
Wonderful images that we see every year coming out from this walk. I think you can just feel the energy and the support every time I see a photo from this event. I do want you to give us a little bit of perspective though. What does the walk mean every year for people who have been living with this disease, for families who've been affected by it, folks who are survivors as well?
Absolutely. So the walk really is a time where the community comes together with families and survivors and women living with metastatic breast cancer right now. And this is really a time to shine the light on what breast cancer is in our community, how it's affecting these families, and what we can do to support the community and the families facing this disease.
Yeah, Joanna, we want to note and share some numbers for people at home because breast cancer really affects so many people across our country. 1 in 1,000 men and 1 in 8 women will be diagnosed in their lifetime. And right here in Texas, your organization predicts it will impact as many as 23,000 people here in our state. More than 3,000 people will die from it. With that kind of impact and the fact that it touches so many people's lives here in our area, how important is the research going on right now?
So Susan G. Komen is at the forefront of breast cancer research. We are on the ground, boots in the community, and we've invested over $1 billion in breast cancer research to help find a cure. And as we know, women are being diagnosed every 2 minutes with breast cancer, and this breast cancer affects everyone. And so we really are the organization that is facing breast cancer head on. And that means a lot for women and families because without Susan G. Komen, they wouldn't have that support or the funds to be able to face this disease.
You all also help folks here in Texas with the Patient Care Center.
Yes.
Explain the work that you all are doing through that center.
So when a woman is diagnosed with breast cancer, there's shock and they don't know what they're facing or what they need to do to navigate this process. And it's through the patient navigation centers that offer compassion, resources, direction, empathy, and care in some of the darkest times that these women are facing.
So many good resources going through that, but we also want to go back and mention the More Than Pink Walk. It's coming up later this month. So for anybody who's maybe not been a part of it, coming to check out what you all offer, why is it so important to have something like this yet again?
So the name itself, More Than Pink, obviously pink is part of the breast cancer awareness, but beyond that is the patient care. It is the research. It is this breast cancer screening reminders. And so we say it's more than a walk because it is more than just a walk, even though it is our #1 time where we get together to raise critical funds for research, critical funds for patient care. It is the time where 4,500 Austinites are coming together with over 400 survivors and women facing breast cancer right now to say we are in this in solidarity and we are here together to find a cure to end breast cancer.
For those thousands of people who are going this year, what can they expect at the walk?
Wow, that's going to be a great time. I mean, people show up in full regalia, and you'll see a lot of pink, a big sea of pink. But we're going to have what's called Hope Village, where people can hear stories of survivors and people who are living with this disease, and really to find community. And then, of course, all the corporate sponsors that have come together to engage in this critical work. You're going to see just teams and rallies and stories and then the walk itself, 1.5 miles of everybody walking together, and it just is a really great statement in the community.
It's so incredible for folks who have never been out to a walk, either here in Austin or across the country. They are so moving, that sea of pink. So thank you so much for giving us this picture of what people can expect. We do want to remind folks that will be at Barton Creek Square on Sunday, October 26th. Some details for you. The site will actually open at 7:30 in the morning, and you can register there on site. But as we noted, registration's also going on right now online. You can find more information on Susan G. Komen's website. That walk will officially begin at 9 in the morning. We know so many people are so excited for it. But Joanna, thank you so much for insight into why it really matters here in the Austin community.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate your support.